Hey Terry. I met you at an ABA meeting a while back. Didn't know if you wanted to partner up and like be part of the team. Working a lot of nights.
Did you just sticky note me to the window in the stairwell again?
You know me all too well. That is right. It is Better Call Saul time with Adam and Terry. We are breaking it down, and this episode is titled Rebecca, which debuted March 14th. This is episode 5 of season 2 already. We're flying through this slow. This clearly and obviously is going to be one of the best obviously episodes that we've ever done today. So it's clearly
Clearly
going to
and
be the best.
obviously.
Clearly and obviously.
Yes. Yeah, this was an episode where it felt like we got caught up with a lot of characters, but not much consequential happened. It was a lot of fallout from all the consequential stuff that happened last episode. But there's some really intriguing stuff that we get here. Some really intriguing stuff.
This is very true. Some really fun moments and a new character introduced, and it's a title character, Rebecca. So that's gonna be pretty
Yes.
cool.
All right. Well, shall we do it? Shall we jump in? Let's make it happen.
Something's going on out there. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, tight, yeah! Maybe blue, but it's the bomb. Maybe blue, but it's the bomb.
All right. Sorry about that. You just want to start from the beginning because the mojos are messed up.
I mean, we're about to jump into the synopsis.
Okay, let's just
so I
do
think
that.
it's perfect.
We can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Better Call Saul, Season 2, Episode 5 is entitled Rebecca. This episode focuses on our three main characters. Let's start with Jimmy, who is working extra hard to try and make up for the commercial fiasco. He's determined not to make another mistake. And Erin is at his side babysitting him to make sure he doesn't make another mistake. She proofreads his statements, stalks him during his late nights, and accompanies him to court, where she won't even let him give his favorite clerk a beanie baby. He is also trying to make things right with Kim, who is working extra hard to try and make up for the commercial fiasco. She works all through the night, every night, in the basement doing doc review. In the little bit of spare time she has, she is trying to land HHM a new client that might get her out of the doghouse and maybe off the Sandpiper case. She's able to bring in Mesa Verde Bank, a huge get for the firm. However, Howard thanks her by sending her right back to the basement. Jimmy thinks she should sue her own firm for being treated unfairly. Kim scoffs at the thought, seeing it for the career suicide it would be. She has a conversation with Chuck, where he sympathizes with Kim as yet another person close to Jimmy to be burned by Jimmy not being able to help himself from being Slippin' Jimmy. Kim's been burned, their father was burned, Chuck has been burned, which you can tell by the way he reacted to how much his wife was smitten with him. On another note, Chuck's wife? When did that happen? And when does that unhappen? We'll find out, I assume, later. Our last main character is Mike, living a solitary life, waiting for his face to heal from sending Tuco to prison. He told Stacy he had a car accident. Technically not wrong. He's living out his quiet life when he learns he did the one thing he didn't want to do. Rile up the Salamanca family. Hector, pre-Bell and Paralysis, pays Mike a visit at his favorite diner over coffee. He asks Mike for a favor, and from a Salamanca, a favor is more of a death threat. Tell the cops the gun was his instead of Tuco's to knock some years off Tuco's sentence. They'll go easy on Mike because he's the next cop. And Tuco, he'll still go to jail for battery, but the gun charge will save him some years. Now Mike has a decision. Finish the job he was asked to do, or potentially face the wrath of the Salamanca family for not doing their bidding. Yeah, Mike is upset!
It's a good one.
That was the line that went through my head when I saw that look on his face at the end. Mike is upset!
It's an SNL quote, right?
No.
I don't
Seinfeld.
know.
George is upset!
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, missed that one. Okay.
Dude, yes.
Well,
obviously you're not a golfer.
You had to be there. All right. Well, yeah, the opening was kind of interesting.
Right.
I was like, this lady is familiar, but unfamiliar at the same time. Why does she look like Joan Cusack? Oh, yeah, because it's Anne. It's Anne Cusack. Yeah, there we go. I like the opening. The opening was definitely a different side of things. Definitely a flashback to when for Mike or Jimmy's first week at HHM. I still think it's weird when you say Hamlin, McGill. I think I'm like, wait, what? Oh yeah, it does add up. Okay, cool. It just sounds weird when you don't refer to it as HHM.
It's a little wordy.
It's a little
There's a
wordy.
reason they go by HHM.
Exactly. But yeah, it's a really fun episode or fun opening. And then I got jokes about attorneys too. Oh yeah, they're good, honey. Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Oh, the lawyer jokes. Yeah, that's right.
Let me go back to reading my music mag. Is that really a magazine? Music? I wonder.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that would have been a fun deep dive, but not really. Yeah, fun movie magazines. There we go. That's good. That's a power rankings.
There we
Uh,
go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, the ending we kind of called Hector coming into the fold. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I heard, or I didn't realize it, but I saw in the trivia on IMDb that right before he appears, someone rings the bell at the counter,
Yeah, I saw that too.
and you
Yeah.
hear the ding. And I'm like, we were right about that. That there would just be a random ding off camera, and he would appear. Now he wasn't in the wheelchair, but he appeared.
So now we know it's before the poisoning, right?
Well, before the poisoning.
Wait, he wasn't at the poisoning. See, this is where I get confused. For the Better Call, was he at the poisoning that Gus Fring did with the tequila?
No, and
No.
that was years later.
Yeah, this event here happens before that. It's before that.
Yeah, like the rest of the show, it all happens before that.
Okay, well, I'm talking it out to you. I'm talking it out. Trying to decipher Hector's life through screen.
No, Hector, like the first time I think probably the earliest we see Hector in
Breaking Bad
in a flashback is he was the one that killed the other Pollo Hermano.
Yeah.
Either that and when he almost drowned the one cousin when they were kids.
Yeah, that's true. So that's
I
the
think
first we see him.
Those are the two times we've seen him pre-Bell. I will say the second he walked in the door, I knew that silhouette. Like he's standing there with the hat. I'm like, it's the T.O.
Yes.
I knew it.
So we got something right. How we got it right, we don't know, but we did it. We did a thing. I
don't know if we said he would pop up this episode, but we knew he'd pop up.
Yeah, one of those. Somebody's going to pop up. Also, is that the waitress? Was that a waitress we've seen before too? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I saw on the page that her name's Fran. I'm pretty sure she shows up in Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah. I didn't even catch that. Is she? Sure. Yeah. She's in one episode of Breaking Bad.
Madrigal episode, yeah.
I was gonna say, is she the waitress?
Because they've been to that diner before. That's where she meets Mike.
Where is it? Lydia?
Lydia meets Mike.
Yeah,
at the diner.
And I think that's it. When he's like, when she's trying to come up with all this stuff of
you want to just
all the tea and I don't know him. Like, she'll sit with me, Fran. Okay, Mike. I think that's kind of that whole sequence is where she pops up.
Yeah.
We're like deep diving this scene before we even get into really anything else, which is okay with me because it is one of the more fascinating scenes.
It's one of the better scenes too, for sure.
Well, I mean, whenever you get Hector in all of his glory, like
before he goes,
you get to see him really truly be the kingpin, the patriarch, the godfather of the Salamanca family here.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, no, that it's good, and like I said, he has a request, but a request from him is not a request. It's a demand, or life becomes difficult for you.
Yes, he may get paid a visit by some twins.
He may get paid a visit. His family might get paid a visit. I mean,
yeah, his 8-year-old niece or 8-year-old granddaughter, who's supposed to be like 3, will be paid a visit.
Right. Because you didn't help my family, so now I'm not gonna help your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good scene. That's a good scene. I like this whole episode because there's a lot going on. You see just how driven Kim is. I think that's a really interesting piece of this.
That was one of my favorite scenes is the
how she
montages.
how she can just kind of go and go and go and go. I had down as my favorite scene the scene with Kim and Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck's arriving early in the morning to get in his workday before anybody else shows up, which makes so much sense. And Kim is still there working. And they have that conversation.
More like late.
Yeah, you get that, and you get that that background to Jimmy a little bit and what he has done, and like, okay, Chuck's like behavior towards Jimmy makes a little bit of sense now. Like, I've been burned a few too many times to take him at face value. I can't just accept that he's a changed person, because every time he goes back to slipping Jimmy, and it killed their father. It's ruined Chuck in some ways, and now it's ruined Kim. But Kim gets something like confirmed there that Chuck is on her side. Chuck is not the one that put Kim in the doghouse. I think Howard feels so burned by the fact that he was warned about Jimmy, was wrong about Jimmy, and he's going to lash out and blame anybody but himself.
And the person who backed Jimmy was her.
Right, but Howard stuck himself out for it too.
Yeah, true.
And so he's gonna punish the one that he can punish.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
yeah. Anyway, what's your best scene? We just kind of already talked about
it. That one is my best scene. Kim and Chuck.
Yeah, I like the montage
over a cup of coffee, and it's like, oh, you know what? Make that 2 coffees.
Yeah, two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Then it and I'm glad that was thrown in there, because at first it just kind of felt like you're just the errand girl now.
Again,
go make me coffee. It's like, no. Go make us coffee. Oh, okay. This is a different conversation now. Yeah,
that's a good point.
So was your favorite scene?
Yeah,
the appearance of Hector.
Well, no, my favorite scene is the montages with Kim. I think just seeing her like getting up on her lunch breaks. What do you eat? A turkey wrap. Yeah, but back to work. Back to work, Kim.
Yes. See, they should switch spots. Kim should work at Davis and Maine. She'd fit in a lot better. Yeah,
this is true. The stuff with Aaron though is pretty fascinating too. Aaron and Jimmy there. It's a fun combo.
This is my babysitter, Aaron.
Yeah. And then he like started singing like Rocky when he after he sees like, oh, what happened to you, Grandpa Mike?
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny.
It's a good one. All right. The Betsy Kettleman douchebag of the episode belongs to
someone's brother. She calls the guy on the purple Post-it note and immediately rips it down.
Oh.
Hey, your brother works at this one place. Is he? Oh, yes. Okay. Well, yeah, he's trying to like hook up with the Kim over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And he like rips it off and throws it down. The one Post-it note that didn't get any other numbers read off of it, which is funny.
That's a good one. My pick for douchebag, it's Howard. They're the worst line, the douchiest line of the whole show is when she's talking about all the stuff that she's gonna do to get the Mesa Verde account up and running. She goes, "Oh, I think I'm gonna put someone else on that. You're too busy in doc review in the basement." It's like, and he knows at that point. It's like, nice try. You're still screwed. Thanks for all the money, but you're not getting out of this.
Yeah. It made me question, like, what the heck are they doing in doc review? They're just highlighting random numbers. What are they looking at? It's monotonous work.
It's all research of all the paper. Well, remember, that's why they needed Davis and Maine is the Sandpiper people were trying to just bury them in paperwork. So they needed all the all the grunt labor as possible to try and go through it all.
Yeah. Brain
Yep.
brain cell killing work. Yeah, not clearly and obviously not great.
Stickman.
A young Hector. Yeah, we that's cheating, but definitely.
Oh, it's a little cheating, but
we
yeah.
said when he was a young Hector, when he's about to drown one of those the kids, this guy's probably a player. This guy's a stickman for sure.
Yeah, I felt like that was an obvious one, so I decided to try something different. I went with the Basement Boys.
Yeah,
I think they're played by Ted Moritz and Andres Michael.
Yeah.
I mean, those are some good-looking lackeys in the basement.
What
and
is love? Yeah,
they go out on the town at night and be like, "Hey, we work in a law firm." Yeah.
You coming, Kim?
No, turkey wrap.
Yeah, turkey wrap. Yeah, the basement. Those are, I was kind of low key, almost my douchebags are like, oh, man, she's still working. Like we're going home. It's like, I'm not your supervisor. I don't care.
I'm not your supervisor, even though she feels like it, because she's with all the lackeys that are like first year guys. Best new face. Hey, that's Danny Trejo award goes to.
There's several here.
Yeah. All right, you pick one, then I'll pick another one because I got 2 written down.
All right. Well, I got 3.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna go with Kevin, played by Rex Lynn.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's the one you were gonna go with.
One was the FBI guys from Rush Hour.
Yes.
We need more. No, it's a different movie. We need more.
That's a different movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just one of those faces. Like I was scrolling through his filmography and just trying to be like, what else have I seen him in? Because I know I've seen him in stuff. And like he was in Django Unchained. He was in 187 episodes of CSI Miami, which I never watched, but I mean, apparently that was his big thing.
I honestly thought it was J.O. Sanders, from like Angels in the Outfield, and it's the dad and his 3 daughters. Like I thought that was you could see when he first got out of the car. I was like, oh wow, it's J.O. Sanders, and I was like, no, that's his brother. No.
I had to look him up to know exactly who he was
right when I saw Rush Hour,
I knew the face.
Yeah, right when I saw Rush Hour, I was like, oh, that's who it is. Yep, I know who it is.
Yeah. 6 episodes of Jag. I probably recognize him from that because I watched my fair share of Jag back in the day. But yeah, Rush Hour. Once I saw the Rush Hour one, oh yeah. Like he's the one that like cusses out Chris Tucker at the end of it when he walks away. And it's like, and yeah, because he finally got the position he wanted and he decided not to go for it. Yeah, that's the thing you know him most from. But he is a great one to pop up, and he's just one of those great. Oh, that face! I know that face.
Interesting. He plays a character named Nathan Riggs in Lethal Weapon TV show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that Mel Gibson's like dad in that show? Maybe
maybe
not Mel Gibson, but
yeah. Who plays Sean William Scott plays the?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Plays, yeah. No, it doesn't look like it.
No, it's Clayne Crawford who plays Martin Riggs.
Oh yeah.
Clayne Crawford. Oh, Tale of Two Lovers. I think that's
all right.
Anyway,
the other one I had down Ann Cusack as Rebecca.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I mean, yes, she is a Cusack. And I was like, well, what else? What has she been in? Oh, she's Charlie Biker from A League of Their Own. Like that's the one. That's the one that I'll recognize her from. Milky white breasts.
That's right.
She's reading, isn't she?
Oh wow, she was in The Boys as Donna. I can't remember who that is, but that's interesting.
Yeah, she's been all over the place in her career.
Oh, That's Starlight's mom. That's interesting. Okay, now that makes a lot of sense now. Okay, the boys.
Yeah, she's been in all sorts of stuff, but most of all, she was in an episode of Masters of Sex. I watched a decent amount of that show. That was a fascinating show with Michael Sheen. That's the Sheen. Michael Sheen and Lizzie Kaplan. That's a cool show.
The Informant, 2009 Pinot Nom movie. Future Pinot nominated movie, The Nightcrawler, from 2014.
As is the case with many of the Cusacks, they tend to just like fade into the background, and they're there, but you don't necessarily notice that they're there. I think Ann Cusack is like the perfect example of that.
Yeah, that is true.
She's the perfect wallflower.
Well, yeah, she was in Gross Point Blank, which was also a John Cusack movie. I totally.
All right, who else did you have?
Paige. So Kara Pifko. She was in like Ready Player One. She's been like, but she was also a voice actress in Mass Effect 3, the Mass Effect franchise, which that's a good game franchise. She's like a video game like voice actor. God of War.
Oh, interesting.
She was in Clone Wars for a little bit. Final Fantasy 13, Infamous 2, Kinect Adventures, Megamind video game for the Wii. Another God of War game. Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect is what I know her from, but that she's definitely like a video game voice actress. But that's probably her biggest thing that she's been in, which I realize that if you are a really good voice actor, you kind of show up in the show. Michael Mando is like one of the perfect examples, which is like this is his first episode he's not in for this season too.
Well, it just shows that Vince Gilligan will pull from anywhere, right? Like he pulled Bob Odenkirk out and Michael Mando and Kara Pifko. Like he finds these people wherever and like I have the right character for you to play. Yeah, which is great. All right, let's see here. Minor character of the episode. I'm going first here because another one of my favorite scenes is the scene in the bathroom with Bill Oakley.
Yeah, possible douchebag character.
Yeah, I mean he's just great in that scene. And what was the line he always had in season 1? It was
with the misdemeanor or something like that, or
it was something like that. Where every time he tried to make a deal, that he had some sort of comeback. But now it's like, I hear you're at Davison, Maine now.
They got you
a
car.
I bet they got you a company car. Is it German? Oh man, bet it's German. Did they put you up? Oh, I bet they put you up. Oh man, that's amazing.
Petty with a minor. Oh no, Petty with a prior. That's
Petty with a prior. That's what it was. Petty with a prior. Petty with a prior. But no, just over and over and over again. It's like, oh man, you've got it made, and it's just like all the good things happen to other people, man. Why can't I get a leg up?
He's just the sad sack. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Your favorite? You ever watch Scrubs by chance?
No.
There's a guy that's like, it's like the sad sack, but he kind of at first like looks like that guy, especially in this season in the bathroom. What's the guy's name? Sam Lloyd as Ted Buckland in that show. Like he kind of looks like Sam Lloyd. Oh, he passed away? Oh my goodness, 2020. That guy's like,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like the sad sack. Like he's the guy. Like he's like, oh yeah, I'm just the the insurance guy. Seeing all these unsafe acts at the hospital. Just nothing like pulling my hair out. type of character. Like anything that possibly could go wrong. That's the sad sack guy. But that's what he looked like to me. But. Darn. I didn't realize he passed away. Anyway, my minor character.
Way to bring a downer on the whole thing. All right, what's your minor character?
He's funny, though. He does it funny. I did have I think I'm going to go with Aaron in this episode because while I thought I originally wrote her down as douchebag, I think at the same time it's going to push Mike to be a little better. And some of her comedic timing is pretty funny. And she's like a dead ringer for one of these people on SNL. Like I can't remember who the actress is, but I was like, is she on SNL? But I don't think she is. She just has a familiar looking face. And I don't know the SNL person.
I don't know if it's
one of the newer
She
seasons.
kind of looks like she could be like related to Beanie Feldstein.
Yeah, Beanie Feldstein. That's not a bad one.
Yeah. I get like I could see her being a face that you would see on SNL, but I can't think of which
Addie
one.
Bryant. That's who I think.
80 Bryant.
80 Bryant.
Yeah,
That's who I think.
I had a feeling that's who you were thinking of.
Because I was like that. This is like her face and her like that smile. I was like, yeah, that looks like her, but I know it's not. But it's like a good role.
Yeah, it's not quite right, but I see what you see.
But like from like there is like the first things I haven't really seen too much of her stuff. It's just like stills, so I don't even know how. I haven't seen much of her.
Not
I
the
haven't
same
watched
person.
SNL in a while, but just from the stills. But anyway, Aaron is a very interesting character, morally correct character who's essentially the snitch of The Office. So
essentially,
yeah.
And she's kind of I mean, she has a reason to treat Jimmy bad. Remember, he asked for the one paper, and then as she was getting it, he left and chased Kim instead. So
it's like, oh yeah, I'll meet you in the boardroom, and I got GERD. I got GERD. Are we doing this? Yes, and closes the door.
All right. Yeah, I love that part. It's just like you don't need to lie. Just we're doing it. Okay. The best Saul one-liner.
Oh, GERD is pretty funny though.
GERD's pretty good.
I
went with
reflux disease of the lower something or other.
I like the exchange with him and Mike. What the hell happened to you?
Yeah,
it's like this is my babysitter Aaron. That's my grandpa Mike. And then singing Rocky as he moves on. That was pretty great.
Yeah, he's like, hey, is Aaron in yet? Oh, goddamn pixie ninjas.
That's a great one too. And of course, all of the lawyer jokes.
Yeah. He's like, I got to go to use the men's room. The men's room. The men's room. My tongue is like a hamburger meat. It's like, apparently they make a sponge for it. Yeah, my tongue is a hamburger meat. And the big can. Oh, so the big can is where I should put all my empty bottles, my empty Scotch bottles. Got it.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, liked a lot of stamps, and then found out there was a sponge for that. What's the difference between the Godfather and a lawyer? The lawyer makes an offer you can't understand. And I love the he's tugging the ear. Oh, and the one that Rebecca has is great too. That's the other one I wrote down. What do a lawyer and sperm have in common? 1 in 3 million have a chance of becoming a human being.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was pretty good.
And he goes, come on, let's
come on. I notice I'm tugging my ear. Let's get rid of him now. No, okay. Yeah. Yep. Those are good ones. Best Breaking Bad reference. We've already mentioned everything we can mention about Hector.
The time lapses. I don't know. I don't know if I really realized that having scenery with all the cars going by kind of fast. I don't know if I paid attention to it that much, but I was like, oh, this is like Breaking Bad. It's pretty cool.
That's not bad. We did mention Fran also.
Yeah, Fran.
One thing I think we mentioned right before we got on, Mesa Verde Bank.
Yeah, Mesa Verde.
So I was looking through IMDb trivia, and you had mentioned something too, that so in the pilot for Breaking Bad, Walter White pulls his life savings from a bank called Mesa Credit Union. The logo is green. So Verde is Spanish for green. So maybe Mesa Verde and Mesa Credit Union are the same. Maybe they rebrand at some point.
Okay. That's interesting. Let's pull up the wiki real quick to see if they caught any deeper stuff here. Okay, Jimmy hums "Gonna Fly Now," the Rocky theme song. And this is not the first time he's done this. The first being Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad episode 1 Minute. Interesting. Okay. It's the first season, episode 2. This is the first season. This is the first episode of season 2 that did not feature Nacho.
Okay.
It mentions the bell. This episode marks the earliest chronological appearance of Fran, who appears in Breaking Bad. It's also one of the earliest of Hector. During the dinner with Chuck and Rebecca, Jimmy mentions that he is mentions he is looking for an apartment and that he is interested in the Beachcomber, an apartment complex in Albuquerque. This is a reference to the apartment Walt occupied after Skyler discovered his criminal activities and asked him to leave their home.
Has a pool.
Would never have caught that. Wow.
Just gonna keep ringing the bell.
Yeah, just keep ringing it.
Hopefully it won't blow up.
Ring my bell. Ring my bell.
It won't blow up.
That's pretty cool. The Beachcomber. That's a cool little.
Yeah, I should have caught that when they mentioned something by name. It's like whenever they mention something actually by name, it's probably a reference to something we should know.
The Beachcomber. Or Walter lived. Wouldn't it be crazy if they lived in the same exact apartment? I never knew it.
That would be nuts. Well, I mean, I doubt it since Walt bought out the sample apartment.
Yeah, that's stuff so we can have furniture.
All right, midlife crisis moment.
I don't know if you noticed about me, but I also almost always ruin the punchlines of jokes before I get to them. It's kind of like what Rebecca did in the opening.
That's true. She stumbles over it and eventually gets there.
She found it though. She found it.
She did find it, and it was a good one.
Yeah.
The one I was thinking was I remember at least growing up a lot. I wasn't the coolest, and I was always like late to the party. Like I would think of something after it was cool to say it, but you still kind of want to say it, and I'd feel like Jeff Beebe in Stillwater. Hey man, I'm incendiary too. And so just like Chuck, it's like I gotta say my joke. I have a joke. Hey guys, I have a joke. Oh, no one cares anymore. Dang it. Yeah, I've had that feeling. I know that feeling.
Yeah, we're like late to the party for Better Call Saul too. So
it's true. It's true. Very late to the party here.
I was really late to Breaking Bad, so there we go.
LVP of the episode.
LVP. Oh, this is where this gets a little tougher. I guess Howard. Howard will be the LVP. Keeping Kim down.
That's not bad. I went with Jimmy's reputation.
Ooh, he's got a bad reputation.
Even if he actually has turned over a new leaf, which I think we get to a point where we realize, nah, he really hasn't.
It's just a different leaf.
Yeah, his reputation precedes him, and once perception is set, that's who you're going to be until you're not. So, yeah. Yep. MVP.
Kim's work ethic.
That's good. That's a good one. And her need to do it the right way. My MVP is Beanie Babies. Because
for once.
that was currency back in the day, and Jimmy knew how to use that currency. So Beanie Babies, that's what I'm going with.
When was the downfall of the Beanie Baby though? Was this the peak of, because this is 2002?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they never really like they peaked, but it felt like it was like cryptocurrency, right? It was something where everyone was like, hey, this is going to be worth something. And then was it ever actually worth something? Or was it just, there was just a promise that it would be, and it never was? Sense. What?
Ty, the makers of Beanie Babies, announced that they would stop producing Beanie Babies in 99, but high demand soon led them to reconsider. eBay was part of that. Production restarted in 2000 with a Beanie Baby named The Beginning. In early 2008, Ty released a new version of Beanie Babies called Beanie Babies 2.0, but they essentially just died out by that time. They're still there, but they're not as collectible as that early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s.
I've gotten some not that long ago, so they're still out there.
There's not the craze that it was in the late 90s.
They're not the collector's item.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we going? What's happening next?
Well, I think Mike's going to need another cup of coffee.
At least. And maybe another black eye.
And some ibuprofen or something like that. I do like how they're like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you forever. What happened to you? With Mike, that's fun.
It was even looking better at that point too.
Okay, so this takes place in 2002. Breaking Bad takes place in 2008, 9.
Yeah, it starts in 08 or 09.
So essentially, Tuco is out in 6 years. So does that mean that Mike says it's his gun?
I think he has to.
Yeah, you have to. So that kind of tells you the time frame we're at right now. So I think Mike does do that. I don't think we won't see Tuco until Breaking Bad starts. I don't think we're done seeing Tuco.
But I think that we have heard that at one point the storylines will run parallel. Like we'll catch up to Breaking Bad at some point.
Okay,
because I mean even if it's just like our black and white openings of every season so far have been post Breaking Bad, you'd think we would get there.
So we were get 2008 Saul Goodman
potentially.
Well, they do show as park bench in this episode too. So we're gonna
but all the opening sequences are flash forwards of future stuff that we know pops up in his life.
Yeah, true. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we may not see Tuco, but that's interesting about they may run parallel. Okay, I don't know if I missed that or what, but that's pretty cool, pretty interesting. Does Kim decide to leave HHM, or does she get back out in the good graces of Howard?
Yeah. Where does Kim go next?
Where does Kim go? Because going back to the basement's maybe I should have just taken Jimmy up, but it is career suicide. Where's she going to go? Davis in Maine?
Yeah, I don't know if Jimmy can get anybody hired there now.
Yeah, that's true. And then unless for some reason she starts working with Jimmy in Goodman Law, but
Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
I mean maybe eventually, but not yet.
That's the interesting thing. I kind of want to see Hector and Nacho in a scene together. That would be interesting. Two guys with a lot of charisma with each other. That'd be kind of.
Yeah, you think that might be coming at some point?
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where this could be going. It's kind of this show is really good at finding just a good point where you're like, okay, the characters could go any direction at this point. It's just a matter of which direction they choose to go.
Yeah. I think it was maybe a little easier with Breaking Bad because even you're close on some things, you're way off on other things, but yeah, you're on the right track.
But there was a much more clear storyline of you could see the direction we were going. Mm-hmm. It was just a matter of, well, is the character going to do this or is the character going to do this, and how's everyone going to react to it? This is you don't really know how it's going to go. The only through line at this point is, what's Mike going to do? Mike has a decision to make. But Jimmy could just keep going, doing what he's doing. And so could Kim just keep doing what she's doing. I mean, something's bound to change what's the standard operating procedure of the time right now. It's just a matter of what's going to be that thing. What's going to be the event that's going to to change Kim's circumstance? What's going to be the event that's going to change Jimmy's circumstance? Something's got to happen. It's just a matter of what and when.
Yeah, it's the straw that breaks the camel's back type of thing. Like what actually gets them to break ties with where they're currently at.
Right.
It's going to be very interesting to see that, because we know where Saul gets there, but how does he become Saul? Yeah, that's interesting. And there's still a big player out there too. I don't know if this is way too soon before you start introducing Gus, but I'm assuming he's going to pop up. Then if they're introducing Hector, I think you're going to have we're probably going to get the Salamancas for a bit, I would imagine too.
Potentially,
because the show is already, it's only like 40 minutes, and you have a lot of characters where we're getting invested in there. And I feel like you would, if you introduce Hector and you introduce the cousins, and then you introduce God, that'd be like
well, yeah, but you're already invested because of the history of Breaking Bad you're bringing into the show. That's what makes that scene with Mike and Hector so cool and so effective, because you know who Hector is.
Right.
The other thing to think about, we're already halfway through season 2.
That's what my next question was going to be for you too. Who's your favorite character as of now? We're 15 episodes into this. Who's your favorite character?
Oh, favorite character, like overall favorite character?
And that we've seen here.
I mean, I know what Todd's answer is, and I may have to go with him because Kim is an awesome character.
Yeah. And why is it Rebecca? No, I'm just joking. No, but Kim is a pretty awesome character. Like, she is definitely the straw that stirs the drink. I feel like this is what kind of helps Jimmy out quite a bit. But yeah, it's such a good show though. But even in you're trying to watch it and put that Breaking Bad bias and fanboyisms away and put them in the back burner. But it's really tough because you get episodes where they have scenes that completely dive into that universe again.
Yeah,
and the lawyers.
It'll be fun to see.
Completely.
I'm excited.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's that. We're gushing over our favorite stuff now, so I think that's time to put a snippet in this, or stop this conversation until next time. But this was always a lot of fun. We'll be back next week with episode 6 of Saul Talk with Adam and Terry.
Better Call Saul.
One thing before we end it.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, we do.
Sit and spin your buttholes.
Butthole.